Hello everyone. Today we will discuss the food additives. The food additives are substances which are added to the food for preserve the flavor or enhance its taste, appearance and other qualities of the food. Some of the additives have been used for the centuries. For an example, the preserving the foods by the pickling methods or salting methods. But why use these additives? Because the food produced on the large scale that is needed to supply the supermarkets and other food shops has to be transported and stored before it is consumed. It has to stay in top conditions over a much longer period of time than home cooked food. Additives are used so that these foods still have a consistently high quality. That means to to preserve the quality of that food, we have to need to add the additives in that foods. What are the food additives? Now there are the different kinds of the additives. They are the chemicals or ingredients which are added to the food products for maintaining their stability. Additives are artificial or natural chemicals that added to food for microbial and chemical stability of the foods or delay or even stop the food rancidity. For the food additives means any substances not normally consumed as a food by itself and not normally used as a typical ingredient of the food. Whether or not it has nutritive value, the intentional addition of which to food for a technological purpose in the manufacture, processing, preparation, treatment, packing, or holding of such a food results, or may be reasonably expected to results in it, or its byproducts becoming a components or otherwise affecting the characteristics of such foods. The term does not include the contaminants or the substances which are added to the foods for maintaining or improving its nutritive values. Functions of the food additives. These additives which improves the taste or appearance of the processed foods. For an example, beeswax which improves the glaze, which acts as a glazing agent which is used to coat the apples. Additives improves the keeping quality or the stability of the food. For example, the sorbitol which is added to the mixed dried fruits to maintain the moisture level and the softness of that food or fruit. Then additive is also improve the shelf life or the storage time of the food. For example, the sulfur dioxide which is added to the sauces meat to avoid the microbial growth. These additives used to ensure the nutritional value which maintain the uniform quality and to enhance the quality parameters like the flavor, color, etc. in a large scale productions. Now the types of the food additives. There are the two types of the additives. First is the direct or intentional food additives and second one is the indirect or unintentional food additives. In direct food additives, in that added the deliberately to improve its sensory qualities, stabilities, ease in processing and retention of the quality during the handling and retailing. In indirect or unintentional food additives which gets the included into food incidentally during the handling, processing and packaging. Next is the classes of the food additives. Means the different types of the food additives are here: preservatives, food colors, food flavors and flavor enhancers, high intensity, low calorie sweeteners, antioxidants, emulsifiers, acidulants, anti-caking agents. These are the different food additives. E-codes. In the food additives, there are some E-codes are there. So, first, what is the E-codes? E-codes are the codes sometimes found on the food labels in the European Union. E-codes means European Union, that is the Great Britain, France, Germany, Spain, Italy, Portugal, etc. This course indicates an ingredient which is some types of the food additives. The capital E that indicates that is a European Union approved food additives. Other countries have different food labeling laws. Here is the E code numbers and their groups of the food ingredients. You can see here E100, E200, 300, 400, 500 and 600. E100 for the coloring agents, E200 for preservatives, E300 for antioxidants, E400 for thickeners, stabilizers, gelling agents and emulsifiers, and E code 500 for agents for physical characteristics, and E code 600 to indicates the flavor enhancers which are added into the food. Now, what is the JECFA? JECFA is nothing but the Joint Expert Committee on Food Additives. That is the WHO, World Health Organization, is an international scientific expert committee that is administered jointly by the Food and Agriculture Organization of the United Nations and the World Health Organization, that is WHO. It has been meeting since 1956, initially to help evaluate the safety of that food additives, and its work now also includes the evaluation of the contaminants, naturally occurring toxicants, and the residues of veterinary drugs in foods. The committee also develops the principles for the safety assessments of the chemicals in foods that are consistent with the current thinking on risk assessments and take account of the recent developments in the toxicology and other relevant sciences. Here is the International Numbering Systems, that is INS, for the food additives. For the benefits of the consumers, the Codex Alimentarius Commissions has prepared the INS for food additives, which provides an agreed international numbering system for identifying the food additives. What are the effects of food additives? Now, the immediate effects and the long-term effects. There are the two types of the effects of that additives are here. In that first, the immediate effects that includes the headache, change in energy level, alternation in mental concentration, behavior, or the immune responses. And in long-term effects, increases the risk of cancer, cardiovascular diseases, and other degenerative conditions. Here is, you can see the causes of the food additives. Some side effects are also here: rashes on your skin. Now, the type of the food additives is preservatives. They prevent the spoilage of the food due to the fungi, bacteria, and other microorganisms. These preservatives are commonly used in the low fat spreads, cheeses, m- margarine, mayonnaise, bakery products, dried fruit preparations. For examples, sodium benzoate, sodium nitrate, benzoic acids, that is butylated hydroxyanisole BHA, then butylated hydroxytoluene, that is BHT. First is the sodium benzoate, that is used as an preservatives. It is in carbonated drinks, pickle sauces added. This sodium benzoate is added into these pickle sauces or the carbonated drinks, and there are some side effects are here. Aggravates asthma and the suspected to be a neurotoxin and carcinogen. It may cause the fetal abnormalities, and it worsens the hyperactivity. So to avoid the drink the carbonated drinks. Next example is the sodium nitrate and nitrate. These preservatives are used into the sauces and hot dogs, smoked fish, and canned meat. Side effects of the sodium nitrate and nitrate. Nitrite is a carcinogen, that is prostate, breast, and stomach cancer in humans by nitrite. And nitrate, it causes increases the risk of miscarriages, fetal deaths, and the birth defects in a lab or in animals. Next example of the preservative is the benzoic acids, which is added into your drinks, low sugar products, cereals, and meat products. And the side effect of these benzoic acids, it may temporarily inhibit the digestive enzyme functions, it may deplete the glycine levels and avoid in asthma or allergies. Then BHA and BHT. These preservatives are added into the potato chips, vegetable oils, then chewing gums, that is the butylated hydroxyanisole and butylated hydroxytoluene. Side effects are it may be carcinogenic to humans, and this butylated hydroxyanisole also interacts with the nitrites to form the chemicals known to cause the changes in the DNA of cells, and it is toxic to CNS and liver, that is central nervous system and your liver. The next is the color additives. This is the next main point of the additives is the color additives. This makes the food look appealing and so taste is better. These color additives are the described as one of the most dangerous additives. Synthetic colors are made from the coal tar or the petroleum. These color additives are used to color beverages, dessert powders, ice creams, custards. It causes the allergies, asthma, hyperactivity. For examples, the erythrocin, allura red, tartrazine, and brilliant blue. These color additives, for examples, erythrocin, these are added into the cherries in fruit cocktail and in canned fruit for the salads, baked foods, dairy products, and snacks foods. Side effect of this erythrocin is cancer. Next example of coloring additives is tartazine, which is added into the your ice cream, carbonated drinks, fish sticks, cake mixes and squashes. And side effects of the tea: hyperactivity, asthma, skin rashes, and migraine. Next example is Allura Red, which is used or added into the carbonated drinks, bubblegums, sauces, soups, and wine. And side effects are it side effects which may worsen or induce the asthma, rhinitis, or urticaria. Flavor enhancer. Flavor enhancer is nothing but the taste, that is complex mixture of the flavor and aroma. These flavorings are added to the food products to give or intensify the flavor. For examples, the monosodium glutamate is the sodium salt of the amino acid glutamic acid and a form of the glutamate. Then monosodium glutamate. This monosodium glutamates causes the headache, weakness, nausea, altered heart rate, a burning sensation in the forearms and back of the neck, tightness in the chest. These are the some side effects due to the monosodium glutamate. Then neoanthal exposure is linked to stunted growth and the obesity due to reduction in release of GH. Next point is the sweeteners. Sweeteners, that is the non-nutritive or alternative sweeteners. The substances that impact the sweetness to the food but supplies the little or no energy to the body. Some functions of the sweeteners are here. The sweeteners are provides the textures in the baked foods, hum, humectant in cakes, lowers the freezing point in ice cream, preservative in jams, adds bulk to the baked foods, strengthens mouth-feel in soft drinks. For examples, the aspartame, saccharin, acesulfame, these are the food sweeteners which are found into sugar-free chewing gums, drinks. These are carbonated, non-carbonated, milk-based or alcoholic-based chewing gums.